The Brooklyn Nets come out flat once again. They lose back-to-back games and fall to 0-7 on the season. When does it get much better is the question we continue to ask. And what is Jordy Fernandez doing with the rotations these days? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Brooklyn Boys Show. I am Josh Woolever. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday evening. The Brooklyn Nets certainly are not. Philadelphia and Minnesota come into the Barclays Center on back-to-back nights and beat the Nets by resounding 20-plus point victories both times, or it was only, 17 against Minnesota, but it still wasn't pretty. Look, if you only look at the box score of that T-Wolves game, you say, well, it's another game where the Nets are uncompetitive. But I'd stop you right there because the Nets actually played a good first half. In fact, probably more like a good three quarters. The team fought hard. They were diving for loose balls. Noah Clowney, Day'Ron Sharp. The emphasis of the effort there. And the team was playing good enough defense to be in some games. And a couple Minnesota misses here and there were contributing to the Nets well within reach at the half, but then the fourth quarter comes around and it is an abysmal performance. The Timberwolves shoot the lights out from the field. Meanwhile, the Nets can't grab a rebound, can't score at all, can't even get up good looks. So a completely different fourth quarter than what you saw the entire first three between Minnesota, between Brooklyn, and it continues to emphasize the point of this Nets team. They haven't played a good four quarters of a game at all yet this season, at all. So you can't expect to win basketball games when you don't play well for four quarters. This team has not put together a complementary game yet on offensive and defensive ends. They continue to struggle, especially defensively. Again, worst defensive rating in the league. Said it on the pregame video over on the Instagram channel. So, when does it get better? That's the question we continue to ask ourselves. We can take a peek at this upcoming schedule, but the answer I have for you is I'm really not sure. You have a chance against Indiana that is an extremely injury riddled Pacers team that is also winless thus far. Then Detroit, New York, Toronto, Orlando. Those four games are all against against Eastern Conference Finals competitors. And a couple of those are NBA Cup games. That takes you through the middle of November. And then maybe a winnable game against, Washington back to back against Boston. There might spike some interest. I see a world in which this Nets team doesn't win a game until December. So it is bad just by, the luck of the draw. The Nets will win a game. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that from November 3rd to December 1st, the Nets will win a game. Luck of the draw, they'll probably win 2 or 3. But this Nets team should not be favored in any game. They should not be expected to win any games. They are just playing overall bad basketball. And I don't have a gripe with this team losing against two competitive teams. Philly in the East, I was extremely high on them earlier this offseason. I think if they could, if Paul George wasn't under contract for them, they are a finals favorite in the East. But they have to eat up that contract. I don't have a gripe with them losing. Minnesota, great team. No Anthony Edwards should make it a little bit more competitive. And I'm not mad. The Nets played 3 quarters of all right basketball. You can't ask this team to win against a solid team on a nightly basis. You can't ask that much. I don't have a problem with the Nets losing to the T-Wolves. What I have a problem with is the inconsistency of what we're seeing delivered on the court. I get it. Second night of a back-to-back, you may be saying, oh, well, the minute disparity is going to be different all around. But it feels like Jordy Fernandez is going with a different philosophy before every game. And that's what I have a problem with. I'll pull up the sheet now, just the box score, real quick. Take a look at this, but really look at the minutes category. That's what should catch your attention as a Nets fan. Look there And then look under the rookies. Ben Saraf, 4. Nolan Traore, 4. Danny Wolf, 4. Those were all the last 4 minutes of the game. Jordy Fernandez just subbed everybody in. So the only rookie who played more than 4 minutes and isn't hurt was Yegor, who played 21 and scored 2 points. What is happening? A week ago, I saw Ben Saraf in the starting lineup dishing out assists. Now, the guy can't touch the court. Meanwhile, the team can't generate offense. I don't understand it. How does that happen? You cannot just switch up your philosophy every single night, Jordy Fernandez. You got to find something that works and keep it going. 35 minutes to Cam Thomas. I don't have a problem. He's the only guy that can consistently score on this team. And I thought the bigs played well tonight. Claxton, Clowney, Sharp. Give credit where credit's due. The bigs played well tonight. Stop switching up your philosophy, though. That's my issue. Develop the rookies. Don't develop the rookies. Pick one. Don't just keep switching lanes every night. You're not in a race. You're not in a street race. You're not cutting up on the highway, Jordy Fernandez. Pick a lane, stay in it. And that's why I'm mad. I wouldn't have a problem if this was the case every night. But when you continue to switch it up night in, night out, and you just don't know what you're getting, you don't know if Yegor gets the looks drawn up for him, and he hits 3 or 5 threes. You don't know if Ben Saraf starts or if Ben Saraf only plays because the team is losing by 15 with 5 minutes to play. That's where my issue is. Ultimately, this Nets team needs to find a way to turn things around and win games. Said it before. There's not many winnable ones left on the schedule, so start winning some basketball games. Put together a 4 quarters of good all-around play. And again, the Nets have yet to do that this season. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. We're right there, 500 subscribers. Be that 500th. You get the chance to help out the channel, help us grow. I'm Josh Williver for the Brooklyn Boys Show. So have a great night, everybody. When's this team going to get a win? Let's go Nets. See you later, folks. Peace.